Hey guys, welcome back. I am Stu and this is Mythological Madness for Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic Time Twister Expansion. You own an island of particular archaeological value. You've decided to fund its preservation by constructing a theme park based on the area's rich mythological heritage. Your objective to achieve a park value of at least 170,000 at the end of October. Year 4, so a very low park value goal considering we've got 4 years to do it in. Wow, this is bad. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these rides. Yep, they're ugly. And there's one all the way over there. How would people get there then? Via a tunnel under the water. That makes perfect sense. And the same again there. A tunnel, I presume, going underneath to there. Some more tunnels there. Okay, let's have a look what we've got. We are charging for rides. We're going to have free admission. And we've got a couple of transport rides. We've got some gentle rides. Decent selection of coasters to begin with. Only a couple of thrill rides. Some water rides and loads of shops. Okay, so considering what we have got and what we haven't got, I'm going to put my research into thrill rides, get a few more of those. I'm going to get rid of the existing rides that we've got, shops, paths, that sort of thing. I'll leave all the scenery, but I'll probably keep the maze. That's quite cool. But I'll get rid of the rest. I'll get rid of the paths, and what I'll do is I'll bring the path across from the entrance island to the main island. I have some shops and things like that on there, and then just put down some, maybe put down some flat rides and some shuttles, that sort of thing, just to get the ball rolling. And I'll see you soon. July year 1, the goal is 170,000. We've got 82,000, so we're about halfway there. So I've got the path coming across as a bridge just over there. Got some seating areas, shops, that sort of thing. We've got a roto drop inside the rock there. A couple of shuttles either side, nothing complex. Just so this one here, gone for the old classical Greek gods' names. So we got Apollo there and Hera. So both corkscrews, just reverse chain lift drop into a corkscrew, and this one into a corkscrew and a loop just over here. So I've got rid of the rides except for the maze. Won't let you get rid of that one. And also this twist, a variation of a twist over here. It won't let you get away. It won't let you get rid of those ones. So I'll just leave them switched off. I've redone the paths for the maze. So when I do get over to this part of the island, I may reopen this. I don't know. I don't like how fiddly the paths are on the inside. It's like a proper maze where guests will get lost. But in real life, you actually want the struggle to find your way out. In this game, if guests are in there for more than a few minutes, they will start complaining. So I generally just have one path leading from the entrance to the exit. So yeah, I'm just going to continue building down a little bit at a time, adding rides here and there. Keep it nice and compact, and just see how far we can get. October year 1, park value of 162,000. So we've almost got the goal. Got a vertical drop roller coaster just here. Aries, decent stats on that. Benefiting from the interlock going through the corkscrew. That'll boost the stats of the corkscrew as well. Got a splash boat just there, so we're making some big cash from that. Guests more than happy to pay £10 a time. Switched my research now onto roller coasters. Got all the thrill rides down. Got them all researched. should say I've only got the roto drop down at the moment. Splash boats as well. That's featured in both the thrill rides and water ride section. So that's handy. Yeah, so I think I'm going to start working my way down this side as well. And just over this way, we're not going to have any issues with this scenario. So I'm just going to try and build some nice compact rides and try to keep it as tightly packed as I can. October year 2, park value 268,000. So we've already smashed the goal. So here's another angle of the splash boats that I built last time we spoke. We've got a junior coaster just interacting with that. Just there, Poseidon. Nope, that's the splash boats. Hermes is the junior coaster. And then just over here, we've got an inverted hairpin coaster, Cronus. Decent stats. Stats are what you want when you're chasing park value. And then just over here then, we've got another splash boats. Amphitrite. Not bad stats on that one. A bit shorter than the first one. And then we've got some shops just down here, and then an underground section connecting this side of the park up with this side. So then just over here then we've got Artemis. Inverted shuttle coaster. Takes you up, down, cut back, up, and then back. And then just over here we've got Aphrodite, which is Cerberus coaster. That's some sort of twister. I think it's a hyper twister. So with this one then, what I'm going for is I'm trying to get some decent stats in a really small area. Just trying to help boost the park value, but without taking up too much room. So I want to try and fit as many rides as I can. So every now and then what I'm doing is I'm going into, because we're charging for rides, not park entry. So every now and then I'm going in and I'm sorting, and then there you go. So I know now Apollo, that's the first one. Guests have stopped paying 7. It was originally 10. So I've dropped it down to 7. They won't pay that anymore. So I'll drop it down to 5. And they should continue to pay 5. This one on the other side, Hermes, built at the same time. Guests are still happy to pay 10. No, they're not. I'm looking at the wrong queue. They've just stopped paying 10. So I'll drop this down to 7. And then eventually they'll probably get fed up with paying 7 for that. And then I can drop it down to 5. Just like Apollo over there. Yeah, so halfway through, I'm just going to continue putting down some rides. And I'll see you soon. October year 3, park value of 428,000. So we've got more than double. We've got 8 new coasters. So I've got 4 pairs. So this is the twin section of the park. So we've got this is a pair of Giga coasters just here. Deimos and Phobos. Decent stats. So let's see it go in. So what'll happen is it'll go up as high as it can go until the station's finished pushing it out, and then it'll drop back, and then it'll go up, and then it'll come back. So I've got them set to 3 circuits. So I'll do that a few times, and that's enough. Gets enough momentum to trigger the highest drop height. So it needs to be over a certain number to get decent stats. So that's cool. And then just over here then we have got Eros and Antinos, a pair of Harpies coasters. So what are these? These are the flying coasters, I think, are they? So it just comes down into a cutback and then back up. So with these, they need certain stats in order to need certain criteria, drops, etc. But because they've got an inversion, it overlooks all that and gives it the good stats. And then just the other side, then we've got Hypnos and Thanatos. So these are inverted shuttle coasters. Nice bit of intensity on these. That'll give good park value. So this one just takes it up, drops it, and then into a half loop twist, another half loop twist, and then back down in reverse. And then we've got a multi-dimensional coaster, just takes you up, little dip, around the bend, into an inversion, and then down, another inversion and back. So these are Plutos. Let me check. Plutos and Philomelos, I should say. I built all these way too close together. So I just had a message up about one of the rides still not being fixed. That's because they were all so close together and you've got all these paths and shops and things. It's confusing the guests and it's confusing the workers as well. So what I've done is I deleted some of the paths. I built like a wall just there and then built the paths as well. So that it acts as a barrier between the two paths, stops them being connected, and that just helps the AI a little bit. This side, I've then deleted the wall, and that keeps the nice gap between the paths. So I think this is a good reminder for me not to pack in too many rides. That's what I wanted to do, but I think within reason. There's way too many rides and shops, paths in such a close area. So I have got another path as well. I've got no entry signs leading to this side of the island. I don't know if I'm going to get round to using that space because we've only got a year left and we've already got the goal. So I do want to have something decent to finish with. Or another splash boats. Aegeon. Decent stats on that. Something I've always done as well. I don't know if it's always done, but something I've done for as long as I can remember is on these water rides, I put an exclamation mark because in my head, in the little pretend universe that this park exists in, on the park maps where it'll have the exclamation mark, it'll say rides with an exclamation mark, you will get wet. So that's just some weird thing that goes on in my head. So yeah, 1 year to go. I'm going to crack on, build something pretty cool. We've got, what have we got? I'm not sure. Maybe a nice big giga coaster going around the island or something. Let's finish with something cool. October 4, scenario objective, park value of 170,000. We've got a value of just under 450,000. So when we came in then, there was no bridge across to the main island. There was some underground pathing, something clipping there. See, it's a little graphical glitch. A little underground path leading to the main island. There were some ugly rides and some paths that were really badly designed, some shops, that sort of thing. So I've got rid of all them. The only rides I haven't got rid of are this maze here, and that's simply because they won't let us. And there's a twist over here, same thing, won't let us get rid of it. So what I've done is I switched my research onto thrill rides. I haven't really put many down. I think I've only got the roto drop down, and also the splash boats that unlocked through the thrill section as well. And then what I've done is I've just been putting down at first a couple of shuttles just to get the guests in and start taking their money because we're charging for rides. So this one now, guests are only paying £5. This one over here, they're still paying £7. Originally, they were all started at £10, but then when they stop paying it, I'll reduce it down first to £7 and then to £5. But to be honest, most of them are still at the £10 or £7. And then from there, then I've just been adding rides, sort of building organically out. So we came over to the main island, then added the roto drop, and then we've got the vertical drop there. Nice bit of interlock action going on there. And then we've got the first of 3 splash boats just here. So we've got Poseidon there, the vertical drop coaster is Ares, and then just over here then Artemis. So with park value scenarios, what you want is you want good stats on your rides, because the stats is what gives you the park value. Aphrodite just there. Another splash boat's just there. That's the third splash boats. And then there's the second one there, Aphrodite. The first one, Poseidon, there's a long underground section after the drop, just goes round with there. The bend is probably way too tight. You wouldn't be able to do that in real life. Actually, it's quite far off, but that's fine. But you haven't got to worry, yeah, with the speed, that's still way too tight. You probably wouldn't be able to do that in real life. But you can't crash splash boats on this game. So that's a good thing to remember. And then we've got underground path then connecting both these sides over here. Nice junior coaster, good bit of interaction there. Inverted hairpin coaster there. And then over here then, I'm not too fond of this area of the park. Probably would have been better off not including it. But so we've got 4 pairs of coasters. So we've got Gig Coaster, what's this, like a flying coaster I think it is, a multi-dimensional coaster, and inverted shuttle coaster, all running in pairs. Very, very simple design, way too compact, way too close together, I mean, and we've done it. Got far too many rides in such a small space, so it's causing the guests to get lost and stuck, and causing the mechanics and the handymen not to know where they're going. So what I've done is I've worked around that by putting a little wall between the paths there, and the same again now. I've deleted the wall there just to separate the paths, just to stop the guests getting confused. It's not 100%, but it's better than it was. And then what I've done the last year then, I've just been building a Giga coaster just here. Zeus. Good stats. So it's a Mobius coaster, and they race. Drop down in the booster section up there. Some bends. Underground section. Back out. Another underground section. Back up then to like the mid-course brake run. Where they join back up, and then there's a little bit of dueling going on at the end. And then back to the station, hopefully pretty much the same time. That's not too bad. I can live with that. So that was Mythological Madness. I wasn't a fan of the scenario, I've got to be honest. I don't see the point in having all the underground pathing and things like that. It's just, it is a recipe for disaster. That's why I got rid of it. Because, I mean, I could have played with it, but it would have seriously affected the amount of fun I had playing with it. And as it was, this was all right. I quite enjoyed building these. But we need to see what else we can do in future. So I'm Stu. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.